Well, good evening, internets. It's me, DP Knudten, for another Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done. And what is that done? Done is the creation of a brand new book by January 1st, 2021. Because on that day, I shall be uploading press-ready PDF files to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform, where I will be self-publishing a brand new book called NONFICTION BRAND. Discover, craft, and communicate the completely true, completely you brand you already are. That's right. That's what I've been working on for, 226 consecutive days since Friday, March 5th of 2020. That's, I'm not kidding. Every night, coming down here, working on the book, moving it forward in one way or another. You know, some nights I'm writing, other nights I'm editing, some nights I'm designing, and some I'm just sitting there staring at the screen going blah, 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 because I don't know what I'm going to do, or maybe I've reached a point where I need to think about this a little bit more. Well, I'm certainly kind of in that area because I'm getting really toward the end of the book. Right now, I had planned in my head at the very beginning that I would like to have the book be about 250 pages as a 6x9 book, same size as my first book, Rotoma, The ROI of Social Media Top of Mind, which I wrote with Spencer X. Smith. That's a nice size book, 214 pages. So this book, I wanted to take up a notch to 250 pages. And right now, I think the book compiles out to about 255 pages, but I think formatting changes are going to bring that down to maybe 240 pages, maybe even 235. But that's okay because I've got significant pages yet left to write based on some podcast interviews that I'll be doing coming up very soon with a couple of different people. And I can't write about things quite yet in regards to those people until I have them on the podcast, because I want to take some of the stuff they say and plug it into the book. However, one person who has been on the podcast, or will be starting tomorrow, is this guy, Paul Ramondo. Come on. There we go. He got hung up there for a sec. And this is in Scrivener, the application that I'm writing the book. And I want to include Paul Ramondo talking about things from the podcast itself. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to cut this out and move it down the page a little bit. Right. Get rid of this part. And 113, yep. He's going to be episode 113 of the Nonfiction Brand podcast tomorrow. It'll premiere at 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow, which is Monday, October 17th. Or 19th, I'm sorry. And that episode I've actually had transcribed into script, which I learned about from my friend Stephanie Liu, which is this is a killer tip. 1 second, this video has not ended. Okay, this is really annoying. It's annoying me. Sorry, I hit the wrong button and stopped the record, so now I'm restarting the record on this. And boy, this is going to mess things up quite a bit. Oh well. I don't know how I'll do that. I'll figure it out. So here's the transcription of the podcast that I just did with Paul Ramondo, and I want to look for a section that I can grab of him talking about stuff. And don't create document. I think I could grab this section. Copy. All right. So I plug it in here, give it italics to indicate that it is in fact a quotation. I'm gonna. Grant wrote the value of them. I set myself a goal of, I was like, I want to speak at that conference. So the first thing I did, let me listen to this, hold on, and make some corrections. This is one of the cool things with the script. I can correct text and I can listen to it first.
I set myself the goal of, I was like, I want to speak at that conference. So the first thing I did the year after was I attended. I attended and I attended again and again. And I attended 4 years in a row. And
that's 4, he said. FOUR.
4 years in a row. And whilst attending 4 years in a row, I was honing my craft as a marketer, honing my craft as a content creator.
He wasn't owning it, he was honing. Honing my craft and creator.
Content creator, honing my craft as a business owner.
My craft as a business owner. Creating content specifically for social media. Examiner. Company that hosts social media. Marketing controlled. Just applying and doing as. Let's see. Listen again.
Content creator, in my craft as a business owner, creating content specifically for Social Media Examiner, the company that hosts Social Media Marketing World. And applying and just doing as much as I could to build my brand, build the value that my brand is able to provide my audience, and
build my brand. There's some weirdness here.
And build the value that my brand is able to provide my audience, and also provide Social Media Examiner with as much world. And applying and just doing as much as I could to build my brand, build the value that my brand is able to
prove the value that my brand is able to something like that. Prove my brand.
Build the value that my brand is able to provide my
able to provide Able to provide my audience,
and also provide Social Media Examiner with as much value as possible.
Social Media Examiner. With as much value as possible.
Social Media Examiner with as much value as possible. And yeah, it was just a consistent 4 or 5.
Consistent. A consistent. Consistent all 5 years worth of work.
4 or 5 years worth of work after having conceptualized this goal in my mind 6 years ago, and the stars finally aligned and it happened. That's the
copy. All right, so we're going to change this. Set. Goal. Set a goal. What do I want to say about that? Paul Ramondo. Huge goal. Set a huge goal. Reward it. Be patient. Something like that. Yeah, he's got some good stuff that he talks about in here about wanting to be in a band. And this. I was a C and D student. Speaking on that stage in San Diego. Specific goal. It was skim sexualized? No, I don't think so. So let's see what this is saying.
I was a C&D student. So my journey to San Diego, speaking on that stage in San Diego in California in March of this year, that specific goal, it was conceptualized 6 years ago.
It was conceptualized. Conceptualized 6 years ago. Period. And let's just go full circle. My obsession with started with my obsession with pop punk music when I was 11-year-old.
When I was an 11-year-old, 10-year-old, when I lived.
Year old, 10 year.
10-year-old, when I listened to Blink-182.
When I listened to Blink. 182.
182's Enema of the State album for the first
Whoop. Enema of the State album for the first time.
Enema of the State album for the first time, and I just blasted that thing on repeat until
that thing on repeat
for the first time, and I just blasted that thing on repeat until Mum and Dad heard it, and they were like, "This is disgusting."
They're like, quote, oops, where did it go? And yeah, do a search for enema, see what comes up. Enema of the State. We're like, is disgusting. There's cursings. Well, I want to change this too. All the small things make big things happen. That's for anybody who likes all the small things. Do you see what I did there? And I just blasted that thing on repeat till Mom and Dad heard it. And they're like, this is disgusting. There's cursing and swearing in this house.
They're like, "This is disgusting. There is cursing. There will be no swearing in this household."
There's cursing. There will be no swearing in this house.
Disgusting. There is cursing. There will be no swearing in this.
Whoop. Get that right.
There will be no swearing in this household. I'm like, fuck. They take it off me, and
and I'm like, okay, take it off me. And I ended up getting it back.
back, think of a few months later. So I was then a C&D student in year 8 and 9, until I realized that if I studied hard enough, I'd be.
This is too long a story. C D student, D student, C and a D, D student.
D student. And I'm not intelligent by any means, DP. The common theme of my life is I just try really hard and I work really hard. And I think I've built a healthy level of self-efficacy to pick myself up by my bootstraps when I fall down and then just keep going.
Hold on and just keep going. Yeah, I don't know. I can write about that. And I can do something. So how does a guy living, excuse me, the most remote city on the planet, Perth, Australia, work his way to the state at one of the world's most prestigious marketing conferences in San Diego. Long, quite the story, and its protagonist, Paul Ramondo, is quite storyteller. As he tells it in episode in NFB podcast, so number 113, it all started with, I want to see what level it sold. Let's see. Was it of the state? Let's look it up on Wikipedia. When did it come out? 1999. With 1999. Pre-production recording, songs, single. units. I want to see what sales. US 5 times platinum. And I'm going to say, yeah, 5 times. 5 times platinum selling album by Southern California. Funk band. Everyone's got a song group or specific group or specific album that rearranges your DNA so much that you can literally remember life before you heard it, and then, and how you felt from then on after hearing it. Paul, it was Blink 182's $1999 opus Enema of the State. All right, so I'm not going to write all this up right now, but I got a good start here, and I think I'll come back tomorrow and work on it more seriously. I need to go through and figure out how I want to handle this. If I write all this stuff in narrative form and then get to the quote, I think that'll be fine. But I might want to get something in there. I was a C&D student. I like that stuff. United States, blah, blah, blah. But we'll see. Yeah, because I want to talk about this stuff too. Sorry, I was just looking at the transcript. And there's some great stuff in here, so I need to do a little cleanup work on the transcript and then come back to it. So I'm not going to do that tonight. It's getting late-ish on a Sunday night. But I at least feel good because I know exactly what I want to do here. And I especially like the name of the section, All the Small Things Make Big Things Happen. Yeah. All the small things. All right. Oh, I see what you're doing there, David. Very funny. Anyway, that's enough for me tonight. I am going to say good night. So as I do, I want to remind you that the episode that I'm actually writing about, the Paul Ramondo episode number 113, comes out tomorrow at 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on October 19th, Monday, October 19th. So if you want to know what I'm writing about tomorrow night, listen to the episode as soon as it downloads or premieres tomorrow at 3 a.m. And you can get the Nonfiction Brand podcast just about anywhere you get find podcasts for free, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, you name it. Just search for Nonfiction Brand. You'll see my lovely face in black and white and the Nonfiction Brand stacked typography. That indicates that you're actually at the right place, downloading the right podcast. So I really invite you to do that. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to it, refer it to other people. But most of all, can you do me a real solid favor and go give me an honest review wherever you get to that podcast, because that will really help other people find the podcast. Again, comes out tomorrow, so don't miss that episode. I'm DP Knudten for the Nonfiction Brand podcast, and I will see you tomorrow night. But until then, theme music, take us on out. I'll see you tomorrow.